With 1 in 5 Ontario jobs expected to be in the skilled trades by 2025, now is the right time for Niagara College to partner with the Niagara Home Builders Association to close the skills gap. Associate Dean Jeff Murrell visits with us. Jeff, the government got behind this with a $1.2 million fund.
We put in the proposal and they agreed and appreciated the proposal and appreciated the partnership. And they have fully funded this program, which includes health and safety equipment for the participants, so they won't have to worry about the purchase of that first pair of work boots, and some fundamental tools, as well as then a paid job placement at the end of the actual training. So it's a great program.
The key to this success, I think, is the partnership that you have with the NHBA, because, as you say, a job placement. And when I look at this, it's also the fact that you can tailor this to actually the needs, the current needs of the construction industry locally.
This current one has two specific training needs that we have. But Niagara College's approach on how we're building this is we're building the fundamental structure of the health and safety piece. We're building the fundamental structure of how to work on a construction site, and the fundamental pieces around how to use tools. Certain tools that all people in the construction sector will use. That kind of becomes the core, and then we put in the piece, for the specified skills for doing drywall installation, for example, or roofing. Then what will end up happening is once we've completed this sort of year within the partnership through the funded program, it would enable Niagara College to pivot and actually create new ones. With not as much effort, because that foundational piece, the health and safety, the working on a job site and how to use the tools properly, will all be there. And all we'll have to do is pull out the drywall section and maybe put in framing and forming. And in that way, we'll hopefully be able to generate employees with the skills for years to come.
How do people qualify for this? Is there an age limit, and what is the application process like?
Right now, we are just actually setting up the website. People have been reaching out directly to either my staff or to the NHBA, and we've been collecting that. The website should be going up through the School of Trades link at Niagara College within the next day or two, and then there'll be an application form where participants will just be able to quickly fill out the application form with their contact information, put in some basic information of what type of education they already have. Having their Ontario Secondary School diploma is a key piece for being registered as an apprentice. And while we are looking at some fundamental pieces and getting them some skill sets to get them working out in the construction sector, we also are very hopeful that eventually they will become apprentice general carpenters.
When does this first intake begin?
We'll have our first intake in mid-June, and then the next intake will be about 6 weeks after that.
I know there's an 8-week paid placement involved in this with the construction
Correct.
industry. Is it 8 weeks as well for the college's portion?
They'll be in class for about 8 weeks with us in just over 160 hours of training, so about 20 hours a week of in-school training that will have, of course, health and safety. It'll include some pieces that they'll need in order to be out in the construction sector, like they'll be certified in working at heights, for example, and then they'll have a fulsome understanding of the Occupational Health and Safety Act. And like I had said before, there'll be some stuff on working around a construction site, the hazards of what they need to be aware of, how they need to, handle material and those types of things, as well as then working with the tools, and then the specific skills that'll be aimed at getting them the entry-level job in that particular field. And so once they're done with us, then they'll be transitioned into their 8-week placement.